The shortest verse in the Bible is probably John 11:35. Jesus wept. But for all of its simplicity, it's packed with unfathomable complexity. The gospel story itself tells us that Jesus wept after speaking with Martha and Mary, Lazarus' grieving sisters. That seems natural enough. But Jesus had come to Bethany to raise Lazarus from the dead. One would think that Jesus would show a confident and joyful calm in the midst of such a storm of sorrow. But still, he was greatly troubled, and he wept. But why? One reason may be simply the deep compassion that Jesus feels for anyone who is suffering. It is true that Jesus let Lazarus die. He delayed his coming, and he did not speak healing from a distance like he did for the centurion's servant. But this did not mean Jesus took the suffering it caused lightly. Even though Jesus always chooses what will ultimately bring his Father the most glory, and sometimes, as in Lazarus' case, it requires suffering and grief, he does not delight in that suffering. No, Jesus is sympathetic. As the image of the invisible God, in Jesus at the tomb of Lazarus, we get a glimpse of how the Father feels over the suffering and grief that his children experience. In fact, I believe that Jesus' tears give us a glimpse of how the Father feels over the sufferings of all his children. In this, we can be confident that our God knows deeply our every emotion, our every worry, our every suffering. And it is this confidence that gives us hope. Not hope for a fairy tale ending, but hope that the love of God has the power to overcome anything, even death itself.